Let's talk about how to win a client per week using StoreFilter. So StoreFilter has data on 2.6 million stores currently. We're adding more and more, and we're detecting about 40,000 new stores every single week. So you could go in and find those new stores that are being detected in your target niche, and then you can reach out to them and say, hey, let's work together. Let's do this. So here's how we are landing a new client every single week and how you can do the same. And I just say one client. I mean, you can land multiple clients, but it works for us to onboard one per week. And these are the 4 ways that we do it. Number 1 is cold outreach. Number 2 is ads. Number 3 is organic posts. Number 4, referrals. But we believe that you should do them in this order. So win clients in this order. It's really the best way to do it. But you're going to start doing some organic posts and get started. We'll talk about that in a second, just to build out your profile. So when people look you up, they know what's going on. But we like starting with cold outreach. It's by far the best way to get started. And you can use social media, email, or phone as part of your cold outreach. We're going to talk about all 3 here. And we do all 3. So definitely Instagram is the best way to get started. Let's talk about how to set up your Instagram to start doing that cold outreach. Either you could start using the Instagram you currently have, or you could create a new Instagram account, and it could be branded such as Ecom Matt or something like that, or whatever your name is. If your name's not Matt, then don't do that. But point is, you could have a specific thing branded for you, or just an expert, or whatever that might be. You have to come up with what makes the most sense for you, and then you want to use StoreFilter to create content on your target industry. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, and if you have a phone, you'll be able to do it. Pretty simple, right? And you'll just need to have a StoreFilter account in order to create content on StoreFilter. But for example, here are the top apparel brand ads for this week. You could create a post about that. I'll show you exactly how I do it and how you could do the same thing. And then when you start doing your cold outreach, they look at your page and you are very knowledgeable in the space. So we give you the data, we give you the leads, we give you the training and all those things. And all you have to do is just, make some content around it. So make 10 short form content posts, reels, and stories. I like doing it per week, and post to the page before reaching out. So have at least 10 short form content, whether reels or posts, have at least 10 on your page before you start reaching out. Really important. And also build out your bio. Like, we help this specific niche to do this and this and this for their e-com store. DM me and we could talk about how we can do that for your business, getting started for free. It's easy. So you can go back and rewind and hear back exactly what I said. And if you just put that in your bio, people will start reaching out to you. Really, really simple. You don't even need a website to get started. I think having a website at this point makes things just more complicated. So you don't even need to do it. You can do all of this right on Instagram and start connecting with people. But it's most important to start creating new content every single week, because you're going to be reaching out every week and they want to see new content every week. And there's a million ideas of things that you could do in StoreFilter. I mean, you could just talk about how to do PR. You could talk about really anything. I mean, it's an incredible platform with so much data, and all you have to do is just make little 30-second blips and get it out there. So once you do that, start reaching out. Use StoreFilter to find stores that meet your criteria. So let's talk about that for a second. Let's jump into StoreFilter, and this is StoreFilter right when you log in. So 2.6 million stores. Let's say that you want to work with shapewear companies. So Skims is the number 1 shapewear company that's owned by Kim Kardashian. And, there's an incredible amount of shapewear businesses out there that you could reach out to. They are making, $51 million a month. Like, absolutely ridiculous the amount of money they're making. They're making like $14 million a week. It's insane. Here's all the apps and tech they have installed. Here's every single email newsletter that they're sending out. Here's their top organic post. Here's their top paid post. So if you're doing email newsletters, you have every single email that's sent out by the number 1 store in that space, and every store in that space. And you have their top competitors. So you see all their top competitors. You can go and break down what each one of these competitors is doing as well. I'm just opening up each one of their stores. You can see what each competitor is doing, and you can literally take this data and you become a hero with your prospective client, as you have an incredible amount of data. You don't need to tell them it's coming from StoreFilter directly, but you could just make the data, and you just become the winner and hero to the client, right? Here are all their product listing ad copies that they're currently running. So you have access to all those, and you know exactly the products that are running and what's successful and what's not successful. You see their top products, so you get to see all their top products that are selling. You'll be able to break that down and share that with your client. Here are the top ad copies that they're running, their top social network ads. So you get to see all their social network ads that are running. You'll be able to understand all that information, the top influencers that are promoting for them, and their PR links that are currently running. So you can do this for clients and say, hey, here's what is performing in your market right now, and then come in here and say shapewear. Let's see if I can type and talk at the same time. So just doing a keyword search for shapewear is one way that you can do this, but there's a variety of different ways that you can look up stores. This is just one quick way. So there's 1.2 thousand stores, so 1,200 stores that you could potentially reach out to, and then come down here to some of the further down numbers. And I mean, you could just search by undergarments. That's a way to search as well, just by that filter, by the category. You could reach out. That's just here, and then categories, and then you could say undergarments and reach out that way as well. Let's see how many are in just undergarments, just to have that. So for example, there's 2.6 million stores. If I go for undergarments only, there are 7,500 stores. So a bunch of stores just categorized as undergarments. So you can reach out to those stores however you think, but let's go back to shapewear as a keyword. What we're doing is we're detecting all the keywords that are on their website. So if they literally don't say the word shapewear on their website, then we don't necessarily have that in here. So you might have to do a little bit more digging to find exactly, those stores. But let's go down here and look so you can see which are in the US. Here's one right here that you could reach out to. Here's one right here, and all these stores, every single one of them. So we have contact information on all these stores. We have information on their social media accounts and all of their information. So this store is making about $7,000 per month. Great opportunity. You can reach out and contact them. We have phone number, email. They don't have an Instagram on here currently, but I could probably just Google their name and then bring it up that way, right? Let's see if they have an Instagram. Yep, they have an Instagram. So right from there, I'm gonna have to add that in, but so we haven't detected their, but no one's probably ever looked at their page. So you can go in and look, see what they're doing. Let's take a look at this store real quick. They've had some down weeks, definitely, some opportunity to grow. It looks like they're installing some different softwares that they can do some marketing with. So they're interested in working on their business a little bit. It doesn't look like they have the Facebook Pixel installed, but it doesn't look like they have the Google Pixel necessarily installed. They have analytics installed. They don't have TikTok installed. This might be a client for you. All you have to do is reach out and say, hey, let's get you set up on TikTok. TikTok's absolutely blowing up in shapewear right now. Let me get you set up. One quick example, I'm just doing this on the fly, right? So you could come in and, look at a variety and break down, what apps they have installed or what they don't have installed and so forth. So an incredible opportunity for you to, use this software to go out and find millions of potential stores that you could do business with. So let's jump back in here. So you use that to be knowledgeable in your niche. So you want to be knowledgeable in the niche that you're talking about. Like, hey, there's, 1,000 stores, and out of those stores, only 500 of them are advertising on TikTok right now. You can get ahead of this by jumping ahead of your competition. Kim's doing 50 million a month. Here are some other competitors that are doing much less, 1 million a month, 2 million, 3 million, etc. Be knowledgeable in your space. The more knowledgeable you are in your niche, the more the client is going to want to take action with you, right? So follow that store and also start engaging with their posts. So you as a person will go and follow the stores and engage with their content and win them and as a client by reaching out and saying, listen, this is our best message. I noticed that you're not advertising on TikTok. Do you know that Skims is the number one store on Shopify, earning 15 million? It's not a month, it's 15 million a week. They're earning 15 million a week. That's a typo by me. It's insane, right? But I find that your products are competing with Skims and you're not running ads on TikTok. How about we discuss with my team running ads on TikTok for you, and we just take a small amount of profits if we're successful? How does that sound? And like 1 out of 10 messages, it's turning into a conversation with us, which is turning into a phone call. And if it's a really good fit and we're aligned, they can create content, we can run ads, we do what's best, we do what we do best, and they feel confident doing that, boom, we'll start running ads for them. So really, really easy. So why tailored messages win? These store owners get tons of messages. I'm a store owner and I get a ton of messages. And they're not tailored. The messages I get like, hey, we noticed your store name. You should come and work with us. Here's why. And it's a list of things about them. Listen, when you're reaching out and in the sales process here, you need to understand that people only care about themselves. So you talk about them. You talk about how knowledgeable you are in their space and where they're missing out on opportunities in that space. So you want to be authentic in your messaging, and then you strike a nerve inside of that business and you create wins. So I like creating these tailored messages, and then I reach out and the responses will just be incredible. So reach out to stores doing 10,000 or less per month, because those people might only have the business owner working in the business. They might not have this huge team of people where you have to get through these gatekeepers. So if you're reaching out to somebody that's doing less than $10,000 a month, chances are they don't have a big team, and it's the owner that you're talking to directly. So I just found that one store, if I reached out, I would probably win that business. So you can reach out and win that business. I'm not reaching out to them. You could do it. So it's a free one. Freebie, right? Okay, cold outreach email. So we're using Instantly AI. We've tested a bunch of them. This software is working really well for us. So we create new email addresses on a new domain. And we don't want that domain to be the domain that we're using for our business. We want to create a totally new domain for this. And that's what we do. So we like using GoDaddy. So we'll go to GoDaddy and get a domain and then set up the email address, and it costs us a few dollars per month to run this. And then we use the Instantly warm-up system to make sure that we hit the inbox. It takes about 2 weeks for that process to create those warm-ups. And then we handpick the leads, just like I showed you. I mean, what'd that take? 5 minutes to go and, create a few leads. And we handpick the leads and we put them in. Just letting you know, we're adding some export features to StoreFilter. So you're going to be able to export to a CSV very, very, very soon. My guys are saying like a couple weeks. So it's probably going to be in a couple weeks. Or I just double it. It's going to be in probably a month. So within the next month, you're going to be able to do CSV export for agencies only. So if you're on just a single store plan, you're not going to be able to do those exports. That's going to be for agency level only. So you'll have to sign up for that. You can always message us if you're on the wrong plan. You can message us in StoreFilter, and we can definitely get you upgraded to that. And then send out 10 to 20 emails per email address per day. So we're not sending out 10,000 emails a day. We're sending out just a handful of emails a day. They're personalized. They're good. They're focused on a single niche. So like we can be very unified in that message to say, this is what we're doing and this is what we're doing really well. And we would love to work with you, right? So then what I do after I do the cold email and I do the cold outreach on DMs, the next thing I do is slide broadcast for ringless voicemail drops. So if they haven't responded to anything, I will take their phone number, upload it to slide broadcast, a couple dollars to send out some voicemail drops. And then I do the same type of message. Hey, we've been trying to contact your company to get set up on TikTok ads. We actually have, we have like $500 free bonuses for stores that get started on TikTok. And you can use those bonuses from TikTok or Google or Facebook or whomever to win clients in this way. So text me back at my phone number and we'll send you over some examples of our ads and what's performing right now in the shapewear space. Like we need to get on that right now. It's Q4 as I'm recording this. It's Q4. We can win. We can do this together. Let's make some money together this month. If I send that out to 10 or 20 people that have been dodging my emails, they're going to be like, wow, this guy is like, one of two things. Either, hey, this guy is like really serious about working with us, or two, this guy just never gives up. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Like, just reach out. Just reach out and say, hey, listen, I'm working in the shapewear space and absolutely crushing it. Let me help you. Let's work together. I'm authentic. I'm not spammy. I'm authentic. Because I did not create this platform to be spammy. Like, we're putting all these checks in place where, we're going to start doing cold outreach directly through StoreFilter. And when we do, the cost is going up like 5x, because all these softwares I'm talking about, I'm going to start paying that expense. So I'm going to have to pass that over to you guys, that you'll have to pay more for StoreFilter, but we'll use these third-party integrations. But for now, like, those are the integrations we're using, Instantly and the Sly Broadcast, etc. And also you have to create your own email and you have to do that. But I'm putting these checks in place where I don't want this to be a spam platform. I really don't want it to be. I want it to be authentic. We're going to force you to be authentic, to reach out to a handful of people and win clients, not just send out to 1 million people and expect like, oh, this is going to work. This is going to be great. Because listen, if you've ever tried to send out 1 million cold messages to cold box, like, you're only going to get about 20,000 of those emails out. They're going to get blocked after about 500 or 1,000, and then they're going to ban your domain. And then you'll get blacklisted, and then you can never send an email from that domain. So just be authentic and reach out and be authentic with these people. And, don't get your Instagram account or your email or, your phone number banned for not being authentic. Because from reaching out to 1 million cold emails, you're not going to get a great response. But if you send out 10 authentic offers to stores, you'll probably end up getting 1 interview out of that. So if you send out 10 per day, after about a week, you'll start setting up a couple of appointments. Out of 4 or 5 appointments, you'll probably land 1 great client. So that's it. It's not like, oh, you got to send out 10 million messages and then you got to. That's not how this works. We are authentic. We are like truly reaching out with one purpose versus trying to send out 10,000 messages and hoping that we just get 1 single interview, because authenticity is everything today, and you need to do that, but be consistent. So that's how we do this. So we use, just going back and recapping, we use cold outreach. And let me go back to the beginning here. We use cold outreach on Instagram to get started, and then we add on email. And then so as part of this, where was it? All right. We use social media, then email, then phone. That's our cold outreach plan. In other videos, I'm going to be talking about how to start doing ads, which then you're talking about setting up a website, how to start, creating conversions on your website, and then how we do organic posting, like how we start building momentum with organic posts. Like, for right now, just create some organic content out there so your page isn't empty. But we'll talk later about the organic posts, and then how to start earning referrals once you start building your agency and growing. So this was for cold outreach using StoreFilter, and hopefully you got some great information here on how you can start winning 1 new client per week using StoreFilter and becoming that hero for these businesses. We'll see you on the next one, where we're going to be talking about packages on the next one, how we start packaging some of these deals together. See you on that one.